What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rome. It is a beautiful day so far here in Houston. We have had a bit of rain for a couple hours, and now, as you can see, the sun is out again. It's beautiful skies, but don't let that fool you. There's more rain ahead. All right, guys, so I did a short video a couple of days ago showing you guys the unboxing of the new riding boots that I purchased from Alpinestars. Before that, I had the CD boots. The CD boots I got in were way oversized, so I wound up sending those back. They didn't have them in my size, so I went to Alpinestars. The Alpinestars that I received a couple of days ago were the non-vented version of the boots, so I sent those back, and now I've received the new version of them, which is the fully vented version of the Alpinestars SMX 6 V2. Now, one of the things that a couple of people have been asking me about is my reference to the cowboy boots that I usually wear when I'm riding. So I want to show you guys really quick. Okay, here are the boots. And I know if you know anything about cowboy boots, that's exactly what they look like. Those are cowboy boots. But what I did was I had the soles on these boots replaced, if you can see that, with a gasoline resistant type sole. So it allows you to get more traction, you know, in environments where, you know, like we're out on the road or you're riding or something like that. But here's where the biggest part of the problem comes in. If you guys look really closely here between the heel and the sole, you'll see here that the sole is starting to separate. And that's because of the way that I usually ride. I don't really ride with my heels locked over my pegs. I ride more like this on the balls of my feet, as you would if you were, you know, cutting those curves and, you know, you're out there doing them twisties. Well, I ride like that for the most part all the time. You know, sometimes, you know, if I'm going on really long rides, I may let it slide down just a little bit, but it's always like a rocking situation from here to there when I'm on my pegs. So that did not help these boots at all. I haven't had a chance yet to have these boots resoled, but that will be the next thing that I get done here pretty soon. So let's get to the boots that are in this box. So as you can see, all of the labeling and everything is still on these boots. They've never been worn, at least not by me. So everything looks perfect. There's a little scarring there. I don't know if that's from just them being transported around or whatever's going on with that, but I'll check that out. Can you guys see that really close? Let's take a look at the other one and see if that's exactly the same on the other boot. Yeah, it's about the same. I think it's just the type of material they're made out of. Yeah, a little spacing in there, and that's for that hinge system that's there to protect your ankle from rotating if you go down for some reason. So we're going to just put one of these away and go over this one boot. So one of the things that really attracted me to the boot was the fact that the soles are multi-directional. So you have a pattern here that is ideal for, you know, people who actually ride with their heels connected over their pegs. That still gives you a lot of grip right there, where this will still help gripping when you're riding. Down here is going to be more for your toe to heel. Toe to ball of the foot. You know, if you're riding kind of in a position like that, like I ride most of the time, you know, so that should give you really good traction. I do like the fact that these boots, the sole here comes up over the lip. And what's cool about that is because a lot of these boots I've seen where people are riding, they've worn them for maybe a year or so, they'll bump into something or, you know, hit their foot on something, and then the sole starts to peel away about right here. So the advantage to having that up so high is that it'll almost never happen. I'm not saying that it won't ever happen, but the chances of it happening are going to be greatly, you know, reduced. So you have your slider here. There's a little Allen key bolt in there. and you can get inside there if you have to replace these for any reason. These come right off. Now if you're looking really closely here, this is what I was talking about, is the venting of this boot. All of these little perforations that you see all along the boot here are air perforations to allow airflow to go through the boot. And as you see back here, they're all in the back of the boot. So if you ride, for the most part, in a neutral environment, you know, you're in one of those states, you know, like California or something, where it really doesn't get that hot or it doesn't really get that humid, you probably wouldn't need this as much as you would someplace like maybe Arizona, Texas, you know, or Louisiana, you know, Florida even, because of the humidity. And let me tell you, man, it gets really hot in this state. So you multiply that, you know, with the boot, your socks, the engine heat, your exhaust pipe. Yeah, that gets a little warm pretty damn quick. So the Velcro is really strong on these, as they were on the previous version. And one of the things that I said before that I really liked was the fact that the zipper has a little Velcro-like tab that allows it to attach to the boot, so that once you zip it up, you see that right there, you would just place that on and it stays in place, which is pretty cool. Now, I did a lot of research on different boots and how easy it would be if you had to, for some reason, replace the soles. And Alpinestars has been doing it for quite some time, so now you know easily, if you know you have to replace these soles or something after a couple of years of use, you can send them in. There's even a number of other companies that do the same thing that will replace these soles for you. So that's pretty good. Now what's really cool, and I mentioned that before in the other video, is this little piece of armor that's in here that helps protect your ankle on the inside, which is going to be your bike side of the ankle in case for some reason you did go down. So in here, still all the packing. You guys can kind of see now the surface, the texture. It's very plush. Now, I probably will never be riding in a pouring down rain on purpose. And with perforated boots, you know, obviously that's going to be an issue. So, you know, your feet will possibly get wet, but that would be no different if you're out there in tennis shoes or something like that. So, I mean, that's something you have to contend with, depending on where you ride, the conditions you ride in, the time of the day. I mean, just like I said, you know, just an hour ago here, you know, it was pouring down raining. So, that's how fast it can happen in Texas. You know, you guys have heard me joke many times before about it'll literally be raining on the other side of the street. So, again, guys, this is the Alpinestars SMX6 version 2. And these will be my new road boots for quite some time, I hope. And hopefully once, if I can get a chance to get out tonight, because, you know, it looks really beautiful. Look at those skies. Look at those skies. All right, so I'm going to get on the radar real quick. Make sure I'll get a little free time to get out. Maybe some of the guys want to come out and ride around with me for a little bit tonight. We will see what's popping. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next video. It's your boy, Rome. Peace. I'm out.